Okay, so everything seems to be going pretty smoothly for Peter and Victoria until they hit the friction point. And this was the first time in the recording I heard them really hesitate. It's the word it.
Ah, yes, the placement of the pronoun.
Yeah.
This is where English intuition fights Spanish logic big time.
In English, it is always at the end. I have it. I want it. I see it.
Right. Subject, verb, object. But in Spanish, the general rule is that the object it or lo it comes before the changed verb.
Before. Okay.
So I have it isn't tengo lo, it's lo tengo.
Yeah, I have.
Literally, yes. Andrew uses the analogy of I feel it lo siento, which a lot of people know as I'm sorry.
Right.
He uses that to anchor the rule, lo comes first.
But just when they get comfortable with that, he throws a curveball. The full verb exception.
And this is where it gets really interesting for anyone who likes to geek out on structure. Andrew explains that there are two types of verbs. There are changed verbs or conjugated, like I want or he has.
Right.
And then there are full verbs.
The infinitives.
Yeah.
Ones that start with to in English.
Yeah.
To have. To know.
Exactly. And the rule is if you are using a full verb, you have a choice. You can still put the lo at the very front.
Okay.
Or you can hook it onto the end of the full verb.
Okay, so let's unpack that. If I want to say, I want to know it.
Okay. So I want is quiero. That's a changed verb.
Got it.
To know is saber. That's a full verb. So you have option A, lo quiero saber. I want to know.
Okay, still feels a bit weird, but I'm following. Or option B.
You weld the it onto the end of the full verb. Quiero saberlo.
Saberlo. It becomes one word.
And this creates a little bit of, mental gymnastics for the students. You can hear them pausing, trying to figure out, wait, is this a full verb? Can I attach it?
And this confusion leads to what I think was the biggest light bulb moment of the entire episode, the concept of ghost words.
This is such a profound insight into how English works, and we don't even realize it.
I know.
Andrew points out that English speakers often drop words that are logically there.
The example he used was, I must have it.
Right. Now, grammatically, must is a modal verb, but think about what follows it. I must have. We don't say I must to have.
Right.
But if you said I want to have it, the to is there. I must is debo. That deals with the person. So the next verb must be the full verb, the infinitive.
Tenor.
Tenor. So I must have it translates to debo tenerlo.
I must have it.
Exactly. He gives them a simple rule. I've already dealt with the person in the first word, so the next word is just the full verb. It doesn't matter that English drops the to. Spanish requires the logic.
It's wild. Learning Spanish actually forces you to deconstruct English. Let's talk about another area where English is just weirdly complicated. Questions.
Oh, question tags. These are a nightmare for people learning English.
You are coming, aren't you? It is nice, isn't it? You do like it, don't you? It's a mess.
We switch from positive to negative. We swap auxiliary verbs. It's chaos. Andrew shows them that Spanish just cuts through all of that.
With one word?
Well, two options, really. Verdad, which
Yeah.
means true.
Okay. Or even simpler. No. It's so much cleaner.
And even just turning a statement into a question. In English, we need the word do. Do you have it? We can't just say you have it with a rising tone.
Not really. It sounds a bit odd. But in Spanish, the words don't change at all. Lo tiene means you have it. To make it a question, you just raise your eyebrows and your pitch. Lo tiene.
No do, no does, no rearranging words.
It's incredibly efficient. It's focused entirely on the communication, not the grammatical hoop jumping.
Okay, there was one more nuance that I thought was helpful. The difference between why and because.
¿Por qué and por qué?
In English, they're totally different words. In Spanish, they sound almost identical.
They do. Por qué, two words, is why.
Right.
Por one word is because. It's subtle. But Andrew makes a really reassuring point here. He basically tells them, look, even if you mess this up, people will understand you because of context. And that leads us to the emotional arc of this whole lesson.
Yeah.
Towards the end, Peter, one of the students, he hits a wall. You can hear it in his voice. He says, I'm having trouble splitting them all up and putting them back together.
It was a very vulnerable moment, and I think anyone who has tried to learn a new skill recognizes that feeling. You have the pieces low, tenor, debo, pero, porque, and your brain is trying to juggle them all at once, and it's dropping them.
And Andrew's response was so important. He didn't say, try harder, or let's review the chart.
No, he said, it's not your job to remember.
Which goes all the way back to the no notes rule.
It does. He explains that the feeling of overwhelm is actually natural. It's the sensation of the brain reorganizing itself. He tells Peter, don't go away and obsess over this. He wants the information to settle subconsciously.
He brings back the address analogy.
Yes. He says, you don't have to search for your address. You just know it. He believes that by drilling these structures, building the Lego blocks over and over in class, the students are programming their innate knowledge.
So forcing it with rote memorization is actually using the wrong part of your brain.
That's his whole philosophy. It's about trust, isn't it? Trusting the method. He says, we're not going for short-term memory. We're going for recall that comes from somewhere solid.
It's less about studying and more about training. By the end of this one lesson, they are translating sentences like, I don't want to have it because it isn't relevant.
No quiero tenerlo porque no es relevante.
That is a complex sentence.
It is. And they're doing it without writing a single word down. They're visualizing the structure.
They're seeing the architecture of the language rather than reading a script. It really challenges the way we were all taught in school, doesn't it?
Completely. The school method is usually, here's the rule, now apply it. Andrew's method is, here's the block, now build with it. The rule becomes apparent through usage.
Which is how we learn as kids.
Precisely.
So if we zoom out, what is the big takeaway for our listener here?
The takeaway is that we often paralyze ourselves by trying to understand the theory of a skill before we practice the mechanics of it. Whether it's coding or public speaking or a new language, we obsess over the rules. Andrew's approach suggests we should focus on the Lego blocks, the smallest units of meaning or action, and just practice connecting them.
Don't memorize the manual, just start snapping bricks together.
And accept the overwhelm. The overwhelm isn't a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that your brain is reorganizing itself to accommodate a new system.
I love that.
That's the critical thinking piece, isn't it? What else are we glossing over in our daily lives? Because, well, that's just how we say it.
Something to think about. Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive. We'll catch you next time.